It's a pleasure to say hello to now second-year head man at the University of Central Florida after a long run at Auburn. Gus Malzahn joins us on XL Primetime. Coach, welcome in.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, we appreciate it. We're going to spend a few minutes with you. We may even sneak in a golf question because we're sitting on the back patio here at the King and Bear. And when we think about year two, you were stoked when we talked to you a year ago. You definitely had a good run. You had injuries you had to deal with, but sum up year one before we look ahead.
Yeah, we got off to a good start. We had some major injuries early in the season, kind of limped through the middle part of the season, and then we finished on a high note. Won a big bowl game versus in-state opponent, won 9 games. Have the majority of our team coming back, which is always great. Anytime you got a team that goes through adversity and they come out on the other end of it in a positive way, that helps. And then we added some transfers in that we think we got a real chance. So we're really looking forward to year two.
Hey, Gus, Mikey Keene played well last year when he came in for Dylan. Is he your guy? Do you think John Rice Palmer may even get some time at quarterback, or is he more of a receiver?
Yeah, no. But both those guys are fighting for the starting quarterback job, and we think we got 2 guys we can win with. And Mikey was put in a tough situation last year. He's 18 years old, weighed about 168 pounds. I'm not even sure if he shaved before his first game. Started college football and found a way to win 9 games. And he's stronger, he's faster now, he's more confident. And then John Rice is a guy that I recruited extremely hard at Auburn. And we came close to getting him. I know him very well. He's like a video game. It's hard to grab his flag sometimes. And, the second part of spring, he hadn't played quarterback in a year. So the second part of spring, every day you would see his throwing mechanics getting better, his touch on the ball getting better. And spring game, he had his best practice. And so we got 2 guys who are fighting for the starting job. In college football nowadays, you got to have 2 guys, especially with the portal and everything that goes with that. That's a challenge, and we have 2 guys we can win with, so we're excited about that.
UCF head football coach Gus Malzahn joining us on the Farrah and Farrah phone line. Sticking with the quarterback position, Gus, one guy who has made a transition is the local guy, Joey Gatewood. Can you just describe your relationship with Joey and what he's currently doing for you guys right now as we speak?
Yeah, Joey's, first of all, is a wonderful human being, and of course, I got a chance this second stop to coach him. He's moved to the wide receiver position, and and we did that probably about, I think it was either practice 3 or 4 this spring, and you saw him each day get better. And he in high school, he was a quarterback, and then he played wide receiver. He's a kick returner, so he's dynamic with the ball in his hands, and I think this summer is going to be really, really important with development, but I think he's excited about it.
Hey, Coach, has there been a point of emphasis this spring, maybe some things that you didn't do as well last season that you're focusing on offensively and defensively?
Yeah, really, it's just be more of a balanced offense. That's what we've talked about. Defensively, it's about rushing the passer. I mean, that's what college football is about. If you get 4 guys that can rush the passer without blitzing, you got a chance to have a big-time defense. So we focused hard on those 2 areas in the spring. The good thing, like I said earlier, is we got a lot of experience back and a lot of guys that can flat out play with experience. So, I think we're in a good spot, going into summer with both those areas.
Coach Gus Malzahn of UCF on XL Primetime with us, and I maybe a plus and a minus question, Coach. The things that one thing that maybe surprised you, the difference in a good way in the AAC compared to the SEC, and then one thing that you say we got to get better at.
First of all, I mean, I didn't know a whole lot about the conference before I got here. But, now that I went through it a year, I mean, there's some real teams. Obviously, Cincinnati is one of the best teams in college football. And, man, there were some other really, really talented teams you don't hear a lot about. So it's a very quality league. As far as getting better, I think, we lost we won 3 close games. I think we lost two close wins. It's about winning close games. It's about winning games on the road. And, of course, any good conference, that's usually what you got to do. So we need to be better when we go on the road.
Gus, you got 11 guys out of the portal and some pretty good players, actually really good players. You got maybe 5, 6, 7 starters here. What are your thoughts on the portal? Is it difficult to navigate, and where are you guys as a coaching fraternity in dealing with the portal and with NIL?
Yeah, this has been a place that transfers have had really good success before we got here. So this is a very attractive place that players want to play at. But we were very fortunate. We got some NFL guys out of the portal. We got some guys that were some of the best players on their specific team before they got here, and so we'll continue to build upon that. We're gonna recruit this state. We're gonna recruit this area. That's going to be really the foundation. But this day and time, I think having close to 10 transfers each year, I think that's just the new age of college football.
Gus Malzahn, UCF head football coach, joining us on the Farrah and Farrah phone line. Gus, I love when I'm driving down Beach Boulevard here in Jacksonville and I see the UCF billboard up there as part of your recruitment efforts. I'm curious, A, how important has it been for you? How much of a point of emphasis has it been recruiting the state of Florida? And B, with an impending move to the Big 12 on the horizon, how does that maybe change some of the recruiting tactics and how you guys go about your business?
Well, first of all, of course, I was at Auburn 11 out of the last 12 years before last year, and so Florida was one of our main recruiting areas. So got a lot of good connections here and know a lot about the talent that's here. So, when we got here, Florida's our state. And we said we're going to recruit Florida like our hair's on fire. And I feel like our staff has done that year one. And we're going to continue to do that. And just to get out there, you just said it, going to Big 12, that's really been a game changer for us because we've been in the game with a lot of top players. And we'll hear, hey, Coach, you're non-Power 5. That's been a big factor for us. We've lost recruits because of that. But now we're going to Big 12. That's no longer. The door's been open to a lot more players. And, I think it'll get nothing but better and better, each season.
Now, Coach, has there been any positional battles this spring that you feel that's going to help your team somewhere down the road before the season starts?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of great competition on the offensive line. And you always tell people, if you're really going to have a chance to win a championship, or win the whole thing, you've got to be really good up front on the offensive line, the defensive lines. And, our offensive line, we got a lot of good competition. We're fairly deep. We got a couple transfers with the guys that we had coming back. And so that's really the thing that I left spring feeling the goodest about. In defensive line, we got a chance to have some quality depth there. So that's a real plus.
Charge on. That's what you'll hear when you're talking about UCF football. Gus Malzahn on the Charge On tour. So you're down in South Florida. We're up here in North Florida. Do you feel like you are, like the tentacles have been there, but you feel like you're getting more stakes put down to attract recruits?
I think so. And going to the Big 12, this has been a program that's won for a while anyway. You're talking about 3 New Year's, 6 bowl games in the last 9 years and won 2 of those. There's very few teams that can say that. So, this is a program that when I took the job, I said, man, this is the program of the future. I think everything's lined up to get something done here. I think we can win the whole thing here. Now, it starts with recruiting. We got to recruit, but we're in the perfect spot to do that in Central Florida. And, the Charge On tour, matter of fact, I told our group, man, we got to get one up around Jacksonville. So, hopefully next year we can head that way.
Gus, when you said you can win it all, everything's that's hyperbole. But I've been saying, the coaches that are complaining that NIL is going to allow the rich to get richer, I think it's going to be the opposite. I think it's going to allow the teams that are close, if they do it the right way with these collectives, they can get to the point where they can compete at that high level. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. And I think there's other things to do, too. We've got 72,000 students, and the average age for our alumni is 36. So they're all on social media. And I think the more this name, image, and likeness goes forward, I think it's going to be more social media driven. And so I think that's going to play into our favor. We're a young school. You look at Orlando, some of the best brands in the world are right here. So I just think it's really set up for the future as far as the name, image, and likeness is concerned.
Well, while you're on your Charge On tour, and since Matt Hayes let us know, Gus, big golf fan. You fitting any golf in while you guys are touring the Sunshine State?
Man, I've tried to play a little bit. Of course, the weather's unbelievable here, so I'm playing a little more golf than I did at my last job. But I love to play, and I'm gonna get out there. Matter of fact, I may play a little bit tomorrow.
Well, we'll invite you up here to the King and Bear where we are today. Anytime you are up here in the Jacksonville, St. Aug area, we'd love it. Listen, continued success. It sounds like you're loving it. I send checks regularly to UCF with 3 proud graduates there, so they're rooting for you too. That's for sure.
All right. Well, I appreciate y'all having me.